I have a concern with one of our responsibilities for SB35 and housing and the mandated developments. So the concern has to do with one of the provisions of SB35 stating that we could well have our decisional authority taken away from us. So with respect to the Vallco specific site, adding it together, that's 7.8 million square feet. That's almost 4 million square feet that could potentially be subjected to an automatic no kind of approval mechanism. That, I think everyone would agree, is not something that we want to relinquish control over. That's twice the number of square feet as the Measure D plan. So I would propose that we put this on the agenda because this is going to take effect. The law is going to take effect in January. And I would propose that we put ourselves back into the position that we were in prior to SB 35 being enacted with respect to the office space. An office allocation can still be put forward in a specific plan. It's just that we would then have the right to approve it, just like we did prior to SB 35. And so time is a bit of the essence. I hope I can get a second person to, support putting this on an agenda prior to the end of the year.
I know there's wide community support for removing that allocation. So, yeah, I would support putting it on the agenda.
So we'll bring you back a report at the 21st. I think that's probably as quick as we can get it done. We can certainly cover those issues that Vice
You mean
Mayor.
the 21st of November?
Yes.
So that's
before the
meeting
Before
of the
the study
28th.
session?
Before the study session.
Yeah,
Okay.
and it'll focus on things that we can reasonably foreseeably do before the end of the year.
If we have to understand before we act, I'm okay with. I'm personally okay with special meetings or extra meetings or whatever it takes, because I think we.
Yeah,
do
if
have
we're going
to
to do something, most likely
protect
we're going to be
our hand,
in
right?
special meeting territory, just because.
Okay. After remarks 2 weeks ago, I see now that we have a lot of meetings put ahead of us. In particular, there's a Planning Commission agenda. It seems to me that asking the Planning Commission to weigh in at this stage it's premature, and this needs to be done with more deliberation.
I have to echo what you say, because to my surprise, generally this has to go through the majority of the council to discuss first. Now we just give the instruction to the planning to look into this. To be honest, I was caught in surprise, and a very unpleasant surprise. So I agree with you. I don't think this is the proper way to do it. I don't want to rush. Last time we took 2 years. We've been accused we made the wrong decision, which I disagree. Now we are going to do this in couple weeks, couple months. I don't think we'll get into much bigger trouble down the road. So I totally don't want to be rushed, and I don't want to do it not in the normal process.
In terms of the rush nature of the process, the legislation was passed in late September, as Councilmember Sinks notes, and so that gives us a very limited window to respond if we would need to respond. So with respect to the procedure and how that would affect our potential delivery of solutions to problems that we could identify, I just want to make very clear that we're not trying to rush something that previously took a long time to arrive at. At the end of December 2014, I was that holdout vote that said, look, it's 3 a.m. in the morning on the second night in a row of a council meeting. Is this a good idea to allocate if we're not talking about heights, setbacks, or any other kind of limitations? So, I mean, we're now stuck with an artifact of that decision, and you could very well look at it and go, hey, it might have been 2 years leading up to it, but the actual decision itself was pretty hastily rendered. But ultimately, Rod, if you're now saying that, well, you know, the 2 million square feet of office, it's not something that bothers me, you know, that's certainly your prerogative.
So to be very clear, the direction given to staff is to hold the study session on Monday, November 27th at 6:45, and cancel the Planning Commission meeting on 28th as well as the ERC.
Okay.
We agree?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
I'm not putting in an explicit, you know, third. So if you wanted to third it, then please do. But I did want to point out that there's this, you know, this is this lingering effect of an enactment of January 1st. So I don't want to be misunderstood here. I want to put on the record that I believe that there is a loose end that we're leaving here. But you know, if you're thirding it, then I respect the will of the majority.
No, I heard it from you, which is why I said we all agree.
No, I'm not thirding it. I am not.
I'll third it.
Basically, you must process development applications that are submitted, and the only way to put a delay on them is to have a moratorium.
Right, and you can't do that, right, because of the effectiveness of the law being January 1st of next year.
Oh.
Is that fair to state?
I mean, the city can adopt a moratorium. There's no restriction on that other than already exists.
Oh, we can?
Yeah.